What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we're covering the best solo build to defeat the 7-star Mightiest Mark Skeledirge Raid for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And man, oh man, did Game Freak cook with this raid. This might be the hardest 7-star raid solo that I've had to cover, but we did crack the code for this. And this build will be the fastest solo build that you can clear it with, too, with a little neat trick. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. So diving into why this Skeledirge is so annoying to fight. It has the ability Unaware, which means you cannot set up in front of this thing. So your options are either to remove the ability with like a skill swap, a Gastro Acid, a Mold Breaker to ignore it, or something else like that, or you just brute force your way through it, which usually doesn't work out for most Pokemon. Now, the other reason why this raid is tough is because it has the move Torch Song, which increases the special attack. It is a fire move, and it could use Torch Song on all 4 opponents at once, meaning it can be +4 at the start of turn 2, and then it just snowballs out of the way. Now, it also has Shadow Ball, which is terrifying because it's a stab move. Even though it's Terrifier, yes, you still get stab move damage from your base typing. And Shadow Ball has a 10% chance of lowering your special defense. Now, Stomping Tantrums, whatever. Hyper Voice is annoying because at the 80% mark, you will get your stat reset. So even if you have Unaware, he is going to blast you with a Hyper Voice, and that could just nuke you completely, which is very unfortunate. And he starts the raid with Flame Charge to boost its speed, so he probably will outspeed you at +1. He will do a Flame Charge later in the raid at 40%, so he'll be +2 as well. He also does Disarming Voice, which is like whatever. So overall, I think this raid is actually incredibly hard because there's so many different issues with it. I mean, Unaware is such a problem. He's boosting, he's not recognizing you. And then if he kills you and you have Unaware, you stole it from him, then you don't have Unaware anymore. And then he's still boosted. So there is a lot of issues. I got a bunch of different clears of a different Pokemon, but it was hard to find a way to consistently clear this raid. Luckily, we did find a way to clear it. And honestly, it might be worth farming if you want to do it. There is calciums, there is a 15% chance of getting at least one Herba Mystica. So it is a pretty decent raid in general to do that. The best solo build, in my opinion, is actually going to be Kyogre. Now, I did recommend Manaphy and Slowbro and Slow King before. However, they cleared, but very inconsistent. I would clear sometimes, sometimes I wouldn't. Raid allies dependency definitely was important for Slow King, not as much for Manaphy, but the reality is the skill swap and then, oh, I have Unaware, but then I accidentally died because he did the whole I removed your ability and then I hit you with a hyper voice. And then even if you hit protect after that, for some reason, I think it's a bug with the raid, but the next turn will still not have your ability up. So I'm just like, I'm tired of this. So yes, the Manaphy build I recommended before will work. The Slow King build I recommend will work. If you want to see those clears, check out my live stream video. I got those clears. It happened multiple times with the Manaphy as well. So check that out. But what we're here about is the Kyogre. Now, why is the Kyogre so great? Well, Kyogre is just sheer power. It is the embodiment of water, and Skeledirge cannot swim. So we're going to be going Terra Water with the Shell Bell. And max HP, max special attack, modest nature is what I was running because I was also using Water Spout. Now, ideally, you could run this max special attack, modest nature with max special defense. You don't need to do it because your special defense is actually incredibly high with 317 base already. So that's just going to be up to you. I like Water Spout because I can get a little bit more damage out, which means more HP recovery. But Water Spout does less damage based on how much HP you have. So if you're going max special defense, just use Surf. But if you're going max HP, then definitely put on Water Spout. Now, the only 3 moves you need is Surf, Rain Dance, and Water Spout. So how this raid is going to happen is the rain will go up immediately, and the Skeledirge is programmed to not use Torch Song unless it is a super effective move. So if you don't know, the rain will reduce the damage of fire type moves by 50%, also buff water type moves by 50%. So we're going to do a lot more damage, and of course, that's not a stat buff, that is a field effect. So the Skeledirge cannot be unaware to the rain. Now, the Skeledirge will not use Torch Song unless you're weak against fire. So how this strat works is, one, we are going to reset for our raid allies to not be weak to fire. Now, there's 3 off the top of my head that I saw that were weak to fire. They were Heracross, Corviknight, and the Olive Tree, which I can never say his name right. Those are the 3. If you have those on your team, this strat will not work with Kyogre. And it's trust me, it's worth it because this Pokemon can clear with 60% timer left, 65% timer left. It's really crazy. So you resetting for raid allies is probably only gonna take 1 or 2 resets. Let's be real. This is gonna work 100% of the time as long as you don't have something that's weak to fire. So how you're gonna play this is super easy. You're gonna spam Surf. You're gonna Terras immediately. Then once 5 turns are over, on the 6th turn, you will use Rain Dance to put the rain back, and then you're gonna spam Surf. Of course, you could use spam Water Spout, spam Surf in between. But the only thing you have to do is literally turn 6 Rain Dance. That's how easy, that's how brainless this strategy is, and it's super easy. Now, I do wanna show off how to actually reset your raid allies. So, just in case you guys do not know, so select your Pokemon. We're gonna obviously do Kyogre here. And we're offline. It's very important to be offline when you're doing this solo to reset your raid allies. If you're online, they will stick around a little bit longer. Now, there's a couple ways you can reset your raid allies. You could turn off like your game, your system. That is a lot of loading. You can actually just back out immediately if you just see raid allies who are not really too great for your team in general, honestly. So look in here. All right, so the Dirge is going to come out, and when the Pokeballs come out, you see something weak to fire, you're just going to back right out. All right, so we have one that's weak to fire, unfortunately. I'll say this, Belly Bull is actually an incredible raid ally. All right, and our allies are going to be... We still got the Olive Tree, but you see we got a Clodsire this time, right? So the raid reset does work. You just got to get a little bit of lucky RNG with that. But I'm telling you, it is 100% worth doing. 100% worth doing. All right, let's see our raid allies. Perfect. So we know for a fact this is not going to give us a single torch song. So we're gonna go into raid mode and actually just do this live. This only took us 2 resets to actually get to this point. So yeah, he's gonna disarming voice, which is like whatever. Flame charge, which is not bad at all. He's gonna be +1 speed. Not too bad. Critical hit. I mean, who cares? He's +1 speed. So what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna sit here and hit surf. And we're gonna show off that surf damage. Now, the only annoying thing that can really happen to us is we get a lot of special defense drops from Shadow Ball. That is the most annoying thing that can absolutely happen to us. But we got all our HP back and we're doing good damage. Now, we can show off what a Water Spout does here. And that does a lot of damage. So at max HP, the Water Spout is doing nearly 3 times as much damage as a Surf. Now, we can also, just to make sure, he has not gotten a single positive stat up this entire time. So it's proven here. He will not go a single torch song as long as the rain is up and as long as you don't have a Pokemon on your side of the field that is weak to fire, which luckily there is not. I think there's literally only the 3. Someone can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about that. But we've already done a lot of damage. A lot of damage has already happened. Now he's going to put his shield up. And he's going to do the thing where it's like, okay, shield. Okay, remove your buffs. Hyper voice. All that good stuff, right? We're going to tear a Water Spout. We can get that in before he does his stuff. It looks like we actually can. That's pretty nice. So the best thing about this Pokemon is we don't even need to use Calm Mind or anything because one is unaware, wouldn't even work in the first place. But the fact that the raw damage of the rain, of the Terra boost, of our just being the whale of the sea, the king of the sea, essentially, this is just enough to like put so much damage in that shield. And it's so fast because you don't have to spend terms setting up and trying to survive. You're just going to be chilling really well for the most part. I mean, that doesn't even do 100 damage. All right, so he removes our abilities and stat changes. We don't have anything, which is fine. So we are going to have to use Rain Dance very soon. It's going to be in another turn. I'm going to use Surf this turn because we're a little bit low on life. And Water Spout damage is correlated to how much max HP you have. So I feel like it was a little bit safer to go for Surf there and just get more HP back. We're going to have to go for Rain Dance next turn. Because this will be turn 6, but we're still over 50%. So Rain Dance And for some reason, I have never seen the AI go for go for a torch song when the rain wasn't up for the one turn. And I think it's because I'm maybe outspeeding, but we can double check. He did not do it. We are a little bit low, so we are going to just go for a surf here. But look at that raid timer. We're doing great. And of course, this will be faster if I wasn't, slowly, meticulously looking through everything, explaining everything, and taking my time. So his shield is going to break very soon. Okay, remove his minuses. It's fine. We're still above 50%. This might be slightly slower than my stream clear. But that's all right. My couple of stream clears. But hey, we're looking pretty good. You know what I mean? Get that HP back. The shield is now gone, so we're going to do a lot more damage. And he's paralyzed, which is actually really funny. So we actually get the guaranteed outspeed. Paralyze is really useful in this just because it sort of ignores the flame charge buffs. It's like, who cares? And then Shadow Ball, he gets to go twice here. So we're going to go for a surf. If he didn't hit me, Shadow Ball could have been deadly. Could have got like, a critical hit or something like that, but we're fine. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're just going through the dirge. And I think we're gonna be actually faster. So I'm gonna go for the water spout this turn. Now it's gonna be awkward because we might lose the rain, I think, in 1 or 2 turns after this one. So you could go for another rain dance and then attack. But I would say at this point, when he's in the red, 2 attacks will probably just take him out. Depending on your raid allies, but you're pretty safe to go for 2 attacks. He tried to hit me twice, but he got parried, but it wouldn't have mattered. We would have lived. So, like, yeah, we can rain dance here. This is just like a safety rain dance, but looking at our allies' damage is pretty good. He got full parried, so it's not like we were in any danger of actually dying here. So, and we'll just go for a surf. So, honestly, this is actually one of my slower clears. This is like a 50% clear. This is one of the slower ones we've actually done. We've done way faster. You can check on my broadcast on the stream. But yeah, pretty easy clear. Pretty easy clear. I mean, the only annoying part about this clear is really just not having any raid allies who are going to be weak to fire. But as I showed off, it took me a couple resets to do it, and I usually find myself as pretty unlucky with my RNG. So hey, there we go. That is a easy Skeledirge clear. You could try to farm it with this method as well. I do believe when you win a raid, your raid allies will carry over to the next raid, so you can continue just to start farming from that point on. So once you win it, you got these allies for the rest of the time. And we got ability patch, which is nice. No herb, but hey, we did it. Well, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Support the channel, join the Pan Fam, hit that join channel member button below. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.